Montreal Canadiens versus Ottawa Senators. The Atlantic Division race tightens under the bright lights in Ottawa as the Montreal Canadiens, 34-18-10, roll into Canadian Tire Centre to face the Ottawa Senators, 32-22-9. Montreal sits fourth in the division with 78 points, holding a narrow cushion over Boston and keeping pressure on the top tier, while Ottawa's 73 points place them sixth, close enough to make every divisional matchup feel like a playoff rehearsal. Montreal already leads the season series 2-1, including a dramatic 6-5 overtime win in their last meeting. Ottawa, meanwhile, is trying to flip the script on home ice and close the gap in the standings before the season's final stretch intensifies. The Canadiens arrive with one of the most balanced attacks in the division. Nick Suzuki drives the engine with 74 points, including 53 assists, while sniper Cole Caulfield leads the club with 37 goals and a sharp 19.6% shooting rate. Defenseman Lane Hutson has quietly become a playmaking weapon from the blue line, piling up 53 assists and 64 points, giving Montreal a rare dual-threat attack from both the forward group and defense core. Ottawa counters with its own dynamic centerpiece in Tim Stützle, who tops the Senators with 68 points, 30 goals, and 38 assists, firing at a strong 19.2% shooting percentage. Supporting scorers like Drake Batherson, 55 points, and Dylan Cozens, 49 points, give Ottawa depth, while veteran Claude Giroux continues to provide leadership with a +17 rating. Team production tells an intriguing story. Montreal averages 3.55 goals per game, slightly edging Ottawa's 3.35, while both clubs surrender roughly the same defensive output, 3.29 goals against for Montreal and 3.14 for Ottawa. The Canadiens carry a dangerous 25.1% power play, one of their biggest weapons, while Ottawa's unit operates at 23.0%. Defensively, Montreal's penalty kill sits at 47%, compared to Ottawa's stronger 49%, meaning special teams could easily swing the momentum. It's an offense-first matchup, but the edge may come down to discipline and who controls the man advantage opportunities. Momentum entering the game paints a fascinating contrast. Montreal has been volatile but explosive, winning 4-3 in Los Angeles, crushing Washington 6-2, but also dropping games to Anaheim and Calgary in high-scoring contests. The Canadiens' offense clearly travels, but defensive consistency remains a question mark. Ottawa, meanwhile, has quietly strung together strong performances, including wins over Vancouver, 2-0, Seattle, 7-4, and Calgary, 4-1, before a tight 5-4 overtime loss to Edmonton. The Senators' recent stretch shows an attack capable of erupting while their defensive structure has begun tightening at the right time. In net, the duel could shape the night's narrative. Montreal's likely starter Jakub Dobes owns 20 wins, a 3.03 goals against average, and an .891 save percentage, stopping 717 shots this season. Backup Sam Montembeault sits at .872, meaning Dobes carries the heavier responsibility. Ottawa counters with Linus Ullmark, who brings steadiness with 19 wins, a 2.84 GAA, and an .884 save percentage across 752 saves. Ullmark has logged more minutes and faced heavier shot volume, and his calm positioning style contrasts Dobes' reactive approach. If Ottawa limits Montreal's transition chances, Ullmark could tilt the balance. The tactical battle centers on pace versus control. Montreal thrives when Suzuki's line pushes tempo through the neutral zone, feeding Caulfield for quick release chances. Ottawa, on the other hand, prefers a heavier forecheck and structured puck movement through Stützle and Batherson. The Canadiens' elite power play could punish Ottawa if the Senators take penalties, but Ottawa's physical presence, led by players like Ridley Greig, can disrupt Montreal's skill game along the boards. Blue line contributions will also loom large. Hudson's playmaking could stretch Ottawa's defense, while Jake Sanderson's two-way reliability anchors the Senators' transition game. Expect a fast start and momentum swings. Montreal's offense has proven it can overwhelm teams in bursts, but Ottawa's home ice energy and steadier defensive metrics suggest a tighter contest than their previous meetings. If the Senators slow the Canadiens' power play and capitalize on transition chances led by Stützle, they'll have the edge late. After analyzing both teams, my first pick for this match is Ottawa Senators winner. Ottawa's balanced scoring and Ullmark's steadiness in net give the home side just enough control to edge a high-tempo divisional showdown, snapping Montreal's recent upper hand in the season series. My second pick for this match is total over 5.5. Washington Capitals versus Philadelphia Flyers. The Metropolitan Division tightens its grip Tuesday night in Philadelphia as the 32-26-7 Capitals roll into Wells Fargo Center to face the 29-23-11 Flyers in a matchup dripping with postseason implications. Washington sits fifth in the division with 71 points, while Philadelphia lurks just behind in sixth with 69. 2 points separate them, and every stride now feels like playoff hockey. Washington arrives trying to keep momentum alive after a high-octane 7-3 victory over Calgary, while Philadelphia searches for consistency after a 6-2 stumble against the Rangers. The season series has already leaned orange and black. The Flyers hold a 2-1 edge, but Washington now skates in knowing a win could widen the gap in the standings and flip the psychological momentum heading toward the stretch run. The Capitals bring a slightly sharper offensive profile. Washington averages 3.17 goals per game while allowing 2.92, a balanced differential built on timely scoring and steady blue line contributions. The attack still runs through the legendary stick of Alex Ovechkin, who leads the team with 50 points on 24 goals and 26 assists. Power winger Tom Wilson supplies the edge and the finishing touch with 24 goals and 80 penalty minutes, while defenseman John Carlson quarterbacks the offense with 36 assists from the back end. Forward Aliaksei Protas leads the club at +18, anchoring Washington's two-way reliability. Philadelphia counters with a more grinding attack, averaging 2.79 goals per game, while conceding 3.13. Their engine is dynamic winger Travis Konechny, who drives the Flyers' offense with 57 points, including 23 goals and 34 assists. Trevor Zegras adds creativity with 52 points, while defenseman Jamie Drysdale logs heavy minutes from the blue line. Veteran grit still comes from Garnet Hathaway, whose 59 penalty minutes highlight the Flyers' physical tone. Both teams operate with similar special teams efficiency, Washington's power play at 16.4% and Philadelphia at 16.0%, with each club killing penalties at 78.4%, meaning discipline could become the difference. Momentum tells a fascinating story heading into puck drop. Washington's last 5 games show a roller coaster. Wins over Calgary, 7-3, and Vegas, 3-2, mixed with tight losses to Boston and Utah. The offense flashes explosiveness but occasionally disappears. Philadelphia's recent stretch is equally volatile. The Flyers earned gritty shootout wins over Pittsburgh and Toronto and handled Boston 3-1, but the blowout loss to the Rangers exposed defensive gaps that must tighten quickly. One team is searching for rhythm, the other is trying to prove its offense can sustain pressure. The spotlight inevitably falls on the crease. Washington's likely starter, Logan Thompson, has been a stabilizing force with a 22-18-4 record, a 2.42 goals against average, and a strong .912 save percentage across 1,093 saves. His calm positioning and rebound control have anchored Washington through long defensive stretches. Across the ice stands Dan Vladar, the Flyers' workhorse with a 2011-6 record, 2.52 GAA, and .903 save percentage. Vladar's style is more reactive, quick lateral pushes and explosive glove saves. If the pace turns frantic, his athleticism becomes Philadelphia's lifeline. Behind them, Depth options Charlie Lindgren and Samuel Urson provide backup support, though both teams will hope the starters control the night. Tactically, the clash hinges on Washington's structured offense against Philadelphia's forechecking pressure. The Capitals move the puck efficiently from the blue line, often initiating attacks through Carlson and their defense corps. Philadelphia prefers chaos, aggressive puck pursuit, and quick transitions through Konechny and Zegras. If the Flyers force turnovers in the neutral zone, they can tilt the pace dramatically. Special teams could quietly decide the contest. Neither power play dominates statistically, but both teams punish mistakes when momentum swings. Washington's edge may come in experience. Veterans who understand when to slow the game and manage possession late in periods. Philadelphia, meanwhile, thrives when the tempo spikes and physical play opens space. Expect a fast, emotional divisional battle where structure meets urgency. Washington's balanced scoring and steadier goaltending provide a slight advantage, especially if Thompson controls the crease early. After analyzing both teams, my first pick for this match is Philadelphia Flyers winner. Washington's depth scoring and disciplined puck movement should edge a tight contest, while Thompson's composure in the final minutes seals 2 critical Metropolitan Division points before the playoff race accelerates. My second pick for this match is total over 5.5